Welcome to The Disappearing Mind, a unique podcast helping you find clarity and support along your dementia journey. Now, join National Dementia Trainer and Coach Dawn Platt for an all-new episode.
Hello and welcome back to the Disappearing Mind podcast. I'm your host, Dawn Platt, dementia coach, memory care specialist, and advocate for the dementia journey. Since June is Brain Health Awareness Month, today we're talking about something that you may be hearing about, the word cognitive reserve. Cognitive reserve refers to the brain's ability to adapt, to compensate, and to remain functionally strong even as we age or experience neurological change. Today, we're talking about the top 10 ways to build and preserve cognitive reserve. I wanted to bring something to you that was probably a little different and shorter, really based on research and what's trending. People are interested in preserving their brain health and cognition, and it's a trending topic that when you really dig into it, you realize there's more out there than maybe you might have thought about. We're going to dig into this, the top 10 ways to build your cognitive reserve and to preserve it today, and I hope that you enjoy this. Probably one of those things that you're going to want to get a pencil and paper so you can write some of these things down or at least re-listen to the podcast. What are we talking about today? We're referring to the brain's ability to adapt, to compensate, and to remain functionally strong even as we age. We all know there are changes, or if we experience some neurological changes that can happen. Cognitive reserve is the brain's ability to compensate for damage or aging changes. It is built across the lifespan through education, lifestyle, engagement, and resilience. So it's not something that's given. It takes time to build, but two people can have the same brain pathology, but very different symptoms. And this is the power of reserve. This is the power of cognitive resilience that we're talking about here. I did quite a bit of research just to come up with some of these 10 ways because I like to talk about these things. I want to put these into practice, and I think that people are interested. But research shows that two of us can have a very similar brain pathology, yet one of us may continue to function independently while the other one shows significant symptoms. Often the difference is the strength of their cognitive reserve. The encouraging news is that cognitive reserve is not fixed, as we once thought it was. It's built across that lifespan, across our lifetime, through our daily habits, through meaningful engagement, and intentional lifestyle choices. In this episode, I'm sharing 10 practical, science-informed actions that you can begin right now to help you build and preserve your brain's resilience for the years ahead. Why does prevention matter? Research in neuroscience and aging consistently shows us that up to 40% of dementia risk may be influenced by modifiable lifestyle factors. The brain remains capable of neuroplastic changes across our lifespan. And prevention in itself is not one single action. It's a pattern of living. Small daily habits compound over time. One of the areas that we're going to talk about, or number one, out of our 10 actionable items that we're going to talk about today, health strategies that are going to support brain health. Number one, and this is not going to be new to you, is to move your body, especially aerobic movement. Here's the action step. Aim for 150 minutes per week of brisk walking, swimming, cycling, or dancing. Why does this matter according to research? Exercise increases blood flow to the brain. It supports the hippocampus volume and improves executive function. Start simple. Walk 20 minutes after dinner. I can do that. I think my listeners can do that as well. Number 2, strength training at least twice weekly. You can use light weights, resistance bands, or body weight exercises. Research says this matters because the muscle health is directly connected to our neurological and metabolic health. Suggestions are to start simple, 10 chair squats and wall push-ups daily, 10. Next suggestion is to protect your sleep like it's brain medicine. The research shows that we should target 7 to 8 hours of consistent sleep on a regular basis. Why this matters? During deep sleep, the brain clears out beta amyloid waste products. During our sleep, deep sleep, this is hugely important. Suggested simple start, establish a digital sunset 1 hour before bed. Turn off the TV, put down the phone so that our brain can get ready to actually go to sleep and to deep sleep. Number 4, eat for brain longevity. I've talked about, I did a podcast with a dietitian and nutritionist. I have mentioned the Mind Diet books, but research shows that we should follow a Mediterranean or mind style eating pattern, focusing on leafy greens, berries, healthy fats, whole foods and grains, fish, and lean meats. Research shows that this matters because nutrition influences inflammation, which influences our vascular integrity and our neuron signaling in the brain. These things are important and impacted by our diet. Simple start recommended. Add 1 serving of greens daily to our diet and then proceed forward from there. Tip number 5, challenge your brain in new ways. We've talked about this a lot on the podcast. I've seen it work time after time, and so I'm going to challenge myself this year to continue to add this step to my personal lifestyle. Engage in novel cognitive tasks, not just routine puzzles. Here are some suggestions and ideas from the research. Learn a new language. Learn how to play a new musical instrument. Take up ballroom dancing. Enroll in a new class. Try a new hobby. And play strategy games, brain games that can make a difference in your cognitive health. Novelty builds cognitive reserve and neuronal networks in the brain. Challenging our brain in new ways helps that process keep our brains healthy. Simple task that's suggested is to do 1 unfamiliar activity each week. That sounds like fun. Number 6, stay socially connected. Schedule intentional social contact. Some of us are very social, some of us used to be very social, and some of us aren't social at all. Schedule intentional social contact. Why does it matter? According to the research, isolation increases our risk of depression. It also contributes to cognitive decline and mortality. Plan 1 meaningful conversation or weekly visit. This will make a difference in you staying socially connected. Step number 7, manage your cardiovascular risk factors. This is hugely important. We've heard this over time. Research supports this, but here is the action step for number 7. Monitor and treat your blood pressure. Do not let it go untreated. Some of us have suffered on and off with hypertension, and gone untreated can really impact over time your cognitive health. Monitor and treat your cholesterol, diabetes, and obesity. These cardiovascular risk factors contribute also to brain health. According to the research, what is good for your heart is good for your brain. Start simple. Know your numbers and review them with your physician. Look at all of these areas and begin managing it over time when you visit your physician during your annual physical. Number 8, reduce chronic stress. Practice stress modulating routines, such as breathing exercises, mindfulness, prayer, and nature exposure. Grounding is one of the things that they recommend. Very, very important to our cognitive health. This matters because chronic cortisol exposure can impair the memory centers in the brain. Start simple. 5 minutes of slow breathing twice daily. Step number 9, protect sensory health. Having your hearing and your vision evaluated regularly. These things, the 5 senses, your hearing loss, visual deficits, all contribute to your brain health. Untreated sensory loss increases the cognitive load on the brain and could accelerate decline. Schedule overdue hearing or eye exams on a routine basis. And step number 10, live with purpose and meaning to improve your cognitive health. Engage in activities that give you identity, contribution, and direction. Why does this matter? Because purpose is associated with lower dementia risk and better emotional resilience. Start simple by volunteering, by mentoring, or pursuing legacy projects. Experts and thought leaders that you can follow, and I suggest that you do, to get more information on brain health and the steps that you can take. Here are some suggestions in my research that you may want to explore and follow. Neurologists who specialize in prevention, geriatric psychiatrists, lifestyle medicine physicians, registered dietitians that focus specifically on brain health, and cognitive fitness researchers. All of these professionals are out there. They're on social media. They've written books. They have websites. There is information out there. I encourage you to look into this to preserve your brain health. And I want you to look at evidence-based voices, not miracle cures. Take care of your brain. It's taking care of you. As we close today's episode, I hope that you enjoyed the top 10 ways to build and preserve cognitive reserve, protecting your brain health on the podcast. But as we close the episode, I want you to remember this. Cognitive reserve is not built in one dramatic moment. You didn't inherit it from your parents. It's built quietly, intentionally, over time through the choices we make every single day. More and more research has come out and will continue to come out and tell us how we can guard and protect our cognitive health, improving our brain health on a day-to-day basis. No one can eliminate all the risks that there are for cognitive decline. We do have some premorbid or predisposing conditions that can contribute to that, but each of us has the opportunity to strengthen our brain's resilience, support our independence, and influence how we're experiencing aging. Whether you begin with movement, nutrition, connection, learning, or simply getting better sleep, progress starts with one decision. Your brain is remarkably adaptable. It is capable of growth, compensation, and renewal far longer than many people realize. During Brain Health Awareness Month and beyond, I encourage you to see brain health not as something to fear, but as something that you can actively nurture in your own life. This is Dawn Platt. This has been the Disappearing Mind podcast. Take good care of your brain. It is central to the life that you want to live. And until next time, this is Dawn Platt. Make it a memorable day.
Thank you for joining us for the Disappearing Mind podcast. We hope it's helped you find clarity and support along your journey. Be sure to subscribe to never miss an episode, visit our website to suggest future topics, and share the podcast with friends and family.